As rioters and looters in mostly Democrat-run cities destroy the very businesses that could help restore their economies after the onslaught of COVID crackdowns, it's good to know some political favorites and the cell-styled news network that trots them out like marionettes can still find time for fantasy fiction. In this case, it's CNN, adoring former Obama National Security Advisor Susan Rice, as she claims, get this, that the violence, property destruction, and theft are, yeah, you got it, tied to the Russian playbook. Move over, James Bond, forget it, Jason Bourne, and sayonara, Smiley. We've got a new fiction-based spy peddler, former Obama administration National Security Advisor Susan Rice, who just popped up on the Cartoon News Network of CNN to continue pushing the debunked Russia collusion fantasy. This time, implying that rampant American rioting and looting is part of the Russian playbook. As fiction fan Wolf Blitzer listened in spellbound agreement.
I would bet, based on my experience, I'm not reading the intelligence today or these days, but based on my experience, this is right out of the Russian playbook as well.
Because, you know, everybody knows Russia's behind people's thirst for new high-top sneakers. Okay. Oh, it's painful. Yes! Ms. Rice can actually look at the mayhem in hardcore Democrat cities and see a Russia-Trump nexus all over again. She can display the eternal faith in that myth. She can be, as Bond might say, shaken but not stirred. Even as it's been shown to have been a preposterous distraction from the content of leaked Hillary Clinton emails that not only expose perfidy in hiding them, but a lot of nasty content to anyone who bothered to go on WikiLeaks and open them up. Yep, have no doubts, Americans. The source of the rioting and looting in major cities is not lawless thugs intent on replacing a White House administration they don't like with one that will shower already leftist, broken down cities with more tax cash. It's not young hoodlums breaking storefronts and burning businesses that, if they had any sense, they might see could offer them jobs and opportunities. Well, it's Vlad the 21st century impaler and his Russian bots.
We can't allow the extremists, the foreign actors, to distract from the real problems we have in this country that are long-standing, centuries old, and need to be addressed responsibly by new leadership.
Rice a phony. Indeed, that's what she seems to be. Oh, man. Given that she believes in the false notion that Russians are behind this violent outbreak, can one really take her seriously in her idea that the problems she wants addressed are centuries old? Or, if they are, that they can be addressed by more government after all the failures it has shown in its attempts to take money from some in order to lift others out of poverty? Isn't that slavery? Well, evidently, Wolf Blitzer likes her answers and her theories and paranoia about Russia because he offered this doe-eyed, feckless, incredulously dumb response.
You're absolutely right on the foreign interference, because we know for decades the Russians, when it was the Soviet Union, the communists, they've often tried to embarrass the United States by promoting the racial divide in our country.
If they say stuff like that, like, are you trying to be nice to her just so you can have her on as a guest again so she'll say more dumb stuff, Wolf? Like, why do you acquiesce to such stupidity? I don't get it. I don't. Holy smoke! The problem isn't a lack of respect for private property, the poison of the entitlement mentality, the manifestation of wealth redistribution stripped bare and shoved in our faces in the form of looting to push even more redistribution and looting through the agency of the state. No, bookstores and movie theaters may be closed due to dumb Cowabunga 19 crackdowns, but Wolf has a rich source of fantasy in Ms. Rice. blaming Russian meddling for the actions of hoodlums.
You're absolutely right.
It's a shame many of those bookstores and theaters where her political fiction might be sold instead of being peddled on CNN may never open. Because, of course, they've been destroyed by rioters and looters. The immediate face of taxation and regulation and redistribution of wealth that she and Wolf Blitzer have pushed as part of their playbook for far, far, far too long. Thanks for joining me in these crazy times, everybody. It's good to have some sane friends in this circle of friends. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe if you have the opportunity. Tell your friends about us because, of course, we know that many of the big tech giants out there have targeted MRC-TV. And visit MRCTV.org to see what the whole team is doing. And if you want some great outfits and great items from the Media Research Center, go to MRC-Store because you'll find lots of items there. For MRC-TV, I'm Gardner Goldsmith.